guy is a Catholic, you know. This is his site, like this is his blog or whatever it is, article, whatever. He writes a lot of articles like this. No, not like this. His articles are more about the logical aspect of things in politics and everything else. He doesn't bring the religious aspect of his. So this article by itself, it's uncommon from him, out of him. This is what I know. And he's going to talk about, it seems that this is going to be about the Pope and the politics of United States. I believe that's about, at least as far as I know, that's about we're gonna see on this article. So let me get started. The title is We Need to Talk. And very recent, by the way, 20th of April of 2026. You know how I keep telling you not to fall for psyops? Yeah. I myself try to not be in one of these all the time. I think I'm trying too much, by the way. Well, egg on my face, because I at least have fell for this one. In my defense, so did Trump and most of the media on the right. On the left, of course, they were in on the plot. This is going to get far more uncomfortable than I'm comfortable with. This is not a religious blog. In fact, for a long time, I kept my religion as obscure as possible. Because frankly, the matters we work through here are rational and we should be able to argue them rationally. In fact, religion is one of the forbidden topics on this blog. Funny how that happens, isn't it? And I'm very uncomfortable talking about it where I know it will make a lot of you just as uncomfortable. So let's lay down some parameters for this. First, if you are an atheist, and a lot of my friends are, don't try to argue this as a religious matter. Yes, if you are an atheist, for example, get it to the things I say too, sometimes I talk about my religious points of view of things. I avoid to talk about that because I lack a lot of knowledge. So that's why I avoid a lot. I know that for talking specifically about this, there is plenty of people there more prepared than me. So that's why I avoid bringing religious topics here, because I myself cannot talk very eloquently, and my repertoire is not that much good. That's why I avoid it. But what I want to say is, even the few topics, even the few things that I bring here about religion, if you're an atheist, it's no problem. You don't look at it as a religion aspect of things. Try to make it to yourself as logic as possible, You don't need to listen it and understand it as a religion point of view. You can bring it to a logic side, After all, you guys are usually very good at this. Not all, but my experience is at least what I saw. But yeah, let's continue. So let's lay down some parameters for this. First, if you're an atheist, and a lot of my friends are, don't try to argue this as a religion matter. I read this. Take the crazy parameters of what I tell you and what I say is how it works. And assume it's my own little psychosis shared with millions of people and stay with that. The consequences of this mess are still important if you know history. Yes. It's like I said, even if you're an atheist, when people talk stuff like that, you can still take out a lot of good things out of this talking. So it's always worth you listening, Second, if you are a Protestant, you can take a minute now. Find a thick cushion and screen into it. Papists, but don't get it. Oh yeah, that fallacy that Protestants used to say. Oh, but you're Catholic. All Catholics are that thing that you all guys know that starts with the R word, Yeah, And I'm not saying like retarded, it's the other R word, you know? Yeah, the one that targets minors, yeah. Which again, it's stupidity. Like, we can agree that we had many cases like that, but you cannot, like, you can't be stupid, generalize everyone like that. It's just stupid. Like, I don't think I need to explain this to you guys. You guys are much smart. But don't get into the comments. Do me the favor of believing that I am not more stupid or insane than you. That my route to my beliefs was not just someone say to do this. That I studied all the materials and reopened twice on all of my own free will. The latest one being when I'd realized I had drifted so far I was more pinging than anything else. I'm not at this point interested in a discussion of the fine points of this or that belief. I have a relation and I'm fine where I am. Let's not get in that fight. I had enough of that on Twitter with people who claim to share my faith. So what I have to say to this person, okay, is that look at how much time and how much text, how much paragraphs this person is spent worried with what people will think about his article. This is stupid. I'm not saying that what you said here is not important and it doesn't happen, but most people have a limited time. You have to respect people's times, you know? The person that your audience time as much as you can, you know? Do you think like a person just stop reading on articles already nowadays? It's something amazing by itself. And you make the person go through lose all this time by not getting to the matter, like for all this long, you know? Most people would drop this already, like a lot. So yeah, but it's not like what you said you're wrong, you're just like caring too much. This is that you care too much about it. Just say what you wanna say, you know? It's a huge disclaimer, unnecessary disclaimer. Terry Salt said, I would have stopped the reading already. Exactly. Second, if you're a Protestant, wait. No, I lost myself here. I'm sorry. Yes, what I am talking about is how in the last few days the media has been full of the Pope berated Trump and kissed up to Islam and Trump is talking back. Wait. I read something wrong or this is badly written and it's not the first paragraph that I noticed this. Yes, what I'm talking about is how in the last few days the media has been full of the Pope berated Trump and kissed up to Islam and Trump is talking back. No, there is really something wrong with this. I don't know. Maybe it's concordance. I don't know. With a side order of the leftists being very upset that Trump posted a meme of himself as Jesus, which might or might not be it. Since I remember the meme from January 25 as being of Trump as a healer, healing America, goofy, but not Jesus, with a lot of people a lot then sane and decent people deciding the Pope was just a Chicago communist, and so on and so on. Ad freaking nauseum. I will confess I fell for it to an extent. Or perhaps I rose to the bait. In my defense, I'm recovering from ear infection from hell, which I have this a lot. It's taking me longer to recover from that any of these has before. Yeah, over 60. Oh, the guy has more than 60 years old. But here is the thing. I didn't authorize any of this. So I was a little more liable to sudden tease explaining. You know, this is what it makes it even more weird. Like, this guy is over 60 and he's still worrying about... Is he still worried about what the bullshit the others will think about him? What the fuck is going on with the elderly too these days, man? So when someone shared a meme saying the Catholics couldn't disagree with the Pope, I felt forced to quote a tweet. It explained that no, we can't disagree with the Pope, when he's speaking ex cathedra, which is usually the culmination of discussions by theologians, and always on theological matters. My opinion on this, okay, guys? My opinion first. Okay, my opinion on this. You are free to disagree with whoever you want. It doesn't matter the circle that you are in. But what society and like social groups tell us a different story. And that's why collectivism sucks, in my opinion, okay? When you're a part of a group, be it whatever it is, in this case like a religious group like the Catholic, you lost yourself in. You're not an individual anymore, you are a collective. And you must abide to everything that that group does. You must be against everything that group is. And you must accept everything that the group accepts. You must like have the same hive minds like them. And this is what I'm so much against about, you know. I'm so much against. But this is true. This in fact happens and happens a lot. No, I think it's wrong. I think you have to disagree and force your thoughts there. Like of course, like I'm saying, like, if you think about that, isn't that the same like what the leftish woke stupid asses like does? They infiltrate themselves into groups and force the ideas of the others, and then they destroy those groups like by contaminating them with that bullshit, with that cancerous bullshit. Yeah, thinking on that side, like that's really bad and terrible, but there's also a good side on it. Like, you know, these collectives groups, they always have some problems here and there. And this is like, it's the individual within time. A lot of divergences, like small divergences, sides that shape the culture of these groups from inside, like within time, and makes it better or worse, you know? This is what has power to change these groups from inside. So yeah, you have to disagree. You have to, but of course, like, come on. You are part of a religious group, a Catholic, for example. And from 100% of stuff there, you disagree with like 70% of it? Why you are there? You know? Why the fuck you are there then? I think you're okay, like you're a part of a collectivist group, like, it can become everything. You are talking about Catholics today, but it can be everything, like, really, everything. I think you're a part of a group and you think like 78% like them. I think you're okay. You have to disagree a bit. Like, you cannot like just eat everything they throw at you, or you become those stupid devotees like that just like do whatever they want, you know, become puppets in their hands, and it's not like it's not what you're supposed to be doing, you know? You're not, if you abide with everything, you're just a mindless robot. You're just following orders. You're just a puppet, you know? So yeah, it's healthy you disagree in some level, but come on, if you disagree with like most than 50% of all of what your group does, you're not supposed to be there. What the fuck are you doing there? You know? You move to another one that looks more like with you, that you agree the most. Or just not be part of any at all to begin with. You know? I don't know. It's my opinion. So, the last time a pope spoke ex cathedra was 75 years ago. Wow. It is such a process that even Francis didn't dare try something with it. Other than that, particularly when the pope is running his mouth on politics. And I confess I thought he was. I'm as entitled to disagree with him as with Joe Schmo, I don't know, on the street. So another aspect that I didn't thought about, like he said, like that he's allowed, like that he's supposed to be allowed to talk against the Pope when it's related to things outside the church, you know? No, you should like be able to disagree with everything, including things inside of the group that you wore, you know? But it's like I say, you cannot join a group like disagreeing with most the all. It's healthy you disagree with some degree, but if you disagree with everything, come on, what are you doing there? This brought the world's stupidest answers almost certainly from non-Catholics, one of them informing me that was cafeteria Catholicism, and I was being an hypocrite. No, I'm being a Catholic. The rules haven't changed. And another basically screaming that no, Catholics had to do everything the Pope said. That one was cute. And stupid, but cute. Then, I had a horrifying experience of seeing someone who identified as priest. Though I'm informed that he's, how do I put this? The Lavender Mafia tells him, "Whoa boy, too far." I don't know what the fuck means, but yeah. Tweeting, "If you are against the Pope, you can't be Catholic. For those not Catholic, this is a piece of extreme evil." Note how he phrased it. Take it for granted from me that yes, Catholics can disagree with the Pope. They should disagree with the Pope, in my opinion. And they should a lot. Not just a bit, a lot. Because what? So if the Pope says everyone to... Okay, if the Pope says to everyone vote Democrat, you have a mass of like entire like Catholics in the entire world like voting left, voting Democrats because the Pope said, because they cannot disagree with the Pope. You see how ridiculous this is? What the fuck, man? What the... Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. They need someone to think for that. This is so ridiculous. This is so disgusting. Okay, let's keep watching. Note how he phrased it. Take it for granted from me that yes, Catholics can disagree with the Pope. In fact, we cradle Catholics make a sport of disagreeing with the Pope. Praying for the Holy Father often takes the form of GD. Could you please talk some sense into that lunkhead? Because popes aren't supernatural. Yes, they are fulfilling a role. I mean, they are human. Of course, they will do shit. And while in that role, we believe GD makes sure they don't step wrong. But as people, they are men like the rest of men and carry a heavy burden, which doesn't tend to make anyone sane. The trap here was that in the comments, this priest admitted you could disagree with the Pope, but you couldn't be against him. What he meant actually was that if you're against having a Pope at all, you are not a Catholic. Duh. But what he was trying to make people, including fearful Catholics, believe is that you couldn't disagree with the Pope or anything. This is such breathtaking evil that it left me sick to my stomach and means I slept very badly last night. Here I must explain some inside Catholic baseball. Those of you who are Catholic can beat me up behind the bleachers after school for it. The thing is, before I explain that what I figured out what's going on, I must explain. Sorry, truth. I must explain that not all Catholic priests, bishops, cardinals are in any way the same politically. And there is, particularly in the US, a strong current of leftish bishops. If you hear anything from the American Council of Bishops, assume they are dyed in the wool leftish. And the Catholics are rolling their eyes along with you. I will confess I thought the Pope had indeed run his mouth, and I was grieved not for the Pope insulting the President, which I didn't think had any effect on Catholic Americans, really, but because I thought it would do damage to the Church. People, I didn't see the half of it. To begin with, the Pope was not in fact criticizing Trump or speaking about Trump at all, and his comments on Islam were carefully targeted in the regional branch. I knew that the comments in context didn't feel right to refer to the thing in Iran. Friends and I tried to figure out why he would say that stuff now. And the only thing we could figure is that he was trying to somehow protect the Catholics in Iran. You know, this tells something already. These people are so worried, like, people like him are so worried with someone. How I explain this to you guys? Oh my god, my throat is not doing good today. So, how to explain this to you guys? He's so worried with someone that he trusts in do something wrong that I think I can even say that his heart, of course, like, please, I don't know this person. This is all the impression I have by reading his article. But it seems to me that the heart of this person is not on God himself, but like he puts too much hope and effort into the human beings involved on the church. And like, how do you explain that? I think his heart is not on the right direction. This is the feeling I have about this person. He's caring too much about what others will think about him. He's worrying too much about what others will think about the people that he follow, you know? And I mean, I don't know. This is what I have to say about up to now, you know? God, like, it's like he's making an endless, like, effort to, I don't know, to defend the Pope and to, I don't know, man. I don't know. These people, these leaders, hopefully before he die, and hopefully before this guy died, because I mean he's already 60, these people will still like make him feel like very, very sad for having like his expectations broken, you know. And I hope like this happens with him, because this is needed for him to figure out that his heart is not on the right direction. This is the feeling I have, okay? I don't know this person. This is all based on what I read up until now, and my interpretation on it. I might be wrong. This is my impression. This is the impression I have, okay? I knew that the comments in contest did feel right to refer to, I don't know if I read this. No. I knew that the comments in contest didn't feel right to refer to the thing he wrote. Friends and I tried to figure out why he would say that stuff now. And the only thing we could figure is that he was trying to somehow protect the Catholics in Iran. There are 20k or so of them from retaliation by the mullahs, but it didn't quite fit. We were wrong because the Pope didn't say any of it. Not in the context of Trump and Iran. The thing is that the leftists who created these psyops forgot this Pope not only could read English, but read American media. This is the thing we need to make sure it's known far and wide. Yes, even you who just screamed the papists into the cushions, because even you and the atheists want to ruin these psyops. Trust me on this. By the way, I will point out something about the English of the Pope. So, what he says is like using the English of the Pope as an excuse, like not as an excuse, as a reason for this Pope acting different from the others. I find this very much detrimental, because you're taking the responsibility of the others for not knowing English then. And what I want to say is everything is translatable very easily and very automatically to on the internet. So if the Pope really wants to check out online or read some media or news or whatever, this Pope will have no difficulty at all knowing you're not English to read that, okay? It's everywhere. So this is not an excuse. Of course, this is unrelated, but come on, man. This is the thing we need to make sure it's no far and wide. Yes, even you who just screamed papists into the cush, because even you and the atheists want to ruin these psyops. Trust me on this. This article, okay, he suggested an article. Unbeck knows to us because the media doesn't report it. If this came in the context of the Pope traveling through Africa, especially if I understand correctly, am I not? To Nigeria and countries bordering Nigeria. If you don't know this, Nigeria is the place where Catholic school children, nuns, etc. keep getting kidnapped by Islamic terrorists. Yes, I'm aware of that. The church there is under attack right now. It is one of those times when marches are made, and quite frankly, it is a thing of beauty and great courage for Pope Leo to go striding, trying to give hope and call attention to what is happening there. He has no armies, no temporal power, no shooting, but he has the power to call the eyes of the world to situations. John Paul II used this to call attention to communist abuse, and Leo is trying to use it to call attention to poor, bleeding Africa. He's risking a martyrdom to do this, in the serene belief that his martyrdom in Africa would bring the world's eyes to the situation. It is admirable, heroic, and worthy of John Paul II. What our media made of it is a notorious scandal and horror, and if the Pope isn't furious at it, he's more than human, or perhaps less. I figured out the psyops and the reason they all in on this yesterday after being very disquieted by the exchange on Twitter, so I'm going to lay it down as I believe it happens. Note that while the enemy is wounded and at bay, they are still more organized than us and are good at using the resources they have for deception. Imagine you're a leftist in America and you're miscalculated. Part of letting in Latins by the bucket full is that you knew. No, all of them won't vote for the left forever, and the more left, the better. They also thought they had control of the papacy by installing an old Argentina leftist as Pope, because the left absolutely believes Catholics will blindly do what the Pope tells them. And that is true. Fact is that the majority of people will blindly follow what the Pope says. That is fucking true. That is so true. That is true. Okay? And that's why the leftists are doing this, because they know it. But you are wrong if you think like this Pope is not. I'm sorry if people like this Pope. For me, this Pope is more like the others. Like it's more of the same, you know. The reason why I think that, you might be asking yourself right now, my dear Foxling, is the following. Because the Pope is elected by a group of other people from inside the church. And from me, all of this group of people inside there are all corrupt. There's no way they aren't. Because just look at all the popes that we have in the on the last like decades, like they are all terrible. You know, the recent ones, the most recent ones, are all terrible. What makes you think that this one is different if it was elected by the same group of people? You know? So no, I don't trust this Pope. I don't pay attention in what he's doing. I don't care. I couldn't care less. You know? So I'm not aware of this bullshit that he's doing or not doing at all. So I cannot confirm or deny it. I have a formed opinion about the Pope already. You know? And I don't care. I simply don't care. You know? Of course, like, it's my opinion is not the same for the entire Catholic Church. You find always, like, amazing people, like, good, like, servants of God inside Catholicism as well. It doesn't matter where you are from when you are a Christian. But yeah, I have many things about, like, about the, against the Catholic Church, you know. Yes, the same dumb thing that you all know about, like, the adoration of images, how Mary seems more important than Jesus or God himself or the Holy Spirit. It's all Mary. Oh, but it's from her that the God was born on earth and blah, blah, blah. Come on, guys. Really? Do you want to convince me? Really, with this argument, with this poor argument that I listen all the time? No way, you're not convinced me that, okay? For me, that the Catholicism is all psyopathy because of that, especially, and many other reasons. They literally will adore everything like more like the saints, Mary, and everything else more than Jesus, God Himself inside the Catholic Church. This is the feeling I have. I participated. I enrolled in Catholicism for quite some time. I was like well, when I was young, like when I was a kid, like I did like what's the name in English of that? Like when you're initiated in the Catholic Church, that you have to do studies, you know, and etc. I done that when I was a kid. I done that, you know. I was baptized in Catholic Church as well, you know. So I done all that process. Catechism, yes, I done that. I done catechism. You know? I done catechism, yes. Of course, like I was a kid, I didn't have an option. I didn't even knew what I was doing yet. Like my parents just put me there, you know? And yes, but Mizuki, didn't you say that your parents are not from church? They are not. They are not. They don't have a religion, but they put me on the Catholic Church when I was a kid. Even though they are not. You know? Yeah, funny, right? You're crazy. But yeah, I was from many churches already, like Protestant, Catholic, you know, I tried many things. But Catholic one was the first. What it was again? I kind of lost myself here. Miscalculated, bucket full, Italia, Argentina, leftish pope. Okay, I read this. Anyway, imagine their shock with Catholic immigrants who, by and large, are actually against illegal immigration, were horrified by the leftist lurch into all gay, trans, and sex all the time, not to mention insane feminist girl bossing, and, well, became more Catholic. Catholics increasingly, in fact, despite the leftish council... okay. I will disrupt your fallacy just now, like... It's not because it's increasing in numbers that it's increasing quality. I would prefer to have a small group of very, like, strong, like, willed and faithful people than all the saint Catholics. Just will, oh, I screwed my entire life. Oh, wow, look at me. I'm 35 now. I'm all doomed. And now I will enter the Catholic Church and reset like magic. But guess what? You didn't change a fucking thing inside of you. You know, you just done that because out of like social acceptation and to lessen the damage that you caused and create to yourself for your entire life. This is the truth. This is the truth. There is no way you can deny it. Like, out of these people, like I would say, like out of 100% of people that join it, like less than 5% will actually like be in good faith and really wanting to change for better, really wanting to be on the on Jesus Christ's side, you know, be on God's side, yeah. Like really become something else, something better, change really on the inside. All the others are more like out of fear, out of have more social acceptance. All of the stuff that we all talk about, always thinking what they can get out of it, like how they can make their lives, their miserable lives, full of mistakes and consequences, a little more like acceptable now, you know, not out of redemption, not for seeking God, you know, but again for pure narcissism, again because of their own selves. And no, I'm not obligated, I'm not demanded to accept them just because they decided for one day to another become Protestant or Catholic. They need to prove me that they changed it within time. I'm not obligated to trust on them just they become one. And now like one day she or him is like doing all the most hardest stuff that a human being can be, and the other, no, I'm Catholic now. No, I'm Protestant now. Fuck you. Fuck you, I'm not obligated to tolerate you. You know? I see this happening more than anything. Not gonna lie to me. Catholics increase in fact despite the lefty. Oh, okay, yeah. The fallacy said. In fact, despite the leftist control of bishops and a lot of corrupt clergy. At least he mentioned that. Yeah, at least he mentioned that. Very good. I know, guys, I know that with all I'm saying here, it looks like I'm here only to criticize it, and that's not the purpose. But the guy is not helping me. This guy is not helping me at all. You know? And a lot of corrupt clergy votes GOP. The left is so furious at this, they spent most of the Auto-Pence presidency raging about rosary extremism and setting the FBI to spy on traditional Catholics. The worst thing they do is choose to lacy a veil and. But none of that had the effect they wanted. Promoting the priests who agreed with them didn't have the effect they wanted. Pouring money in NGOs with Catholic in the name, it's complicated. A lot of them have no affiliation with the church. I always check. Had no effect. And all of these people were the younger generations are actually having a bunch of kids who are slipping through their fingers. So they started the psyops to get Catholics back in the fold. And there are two ways of scaring an ethnic or cultural group back into voting for the Democrats' lockstep, or at least in the Dems' minds. There is two ways. Make them believe they are obligated to. Make them afraid of voting any other way. Yeah, both make sense, and he's right on this. Note that they've been running a psyops with Jews too. Having become afraid, too many of them were escaping the Democrat plantation after Democrats revealed their true anti-Semitic colors after 10/7. I don't know if they were, but I know the left thought they were. Because the psyops using chowder hats and foreign bots two times. To post vile anti-Semitic things while pretending to be on the right was supposed to scare Jews of voting in any ways but for dance. I don't know if it worked. So they started one for the Catholics. Once Axel Rhodes visit to the Vatican part of the psyops, I can't think of any other reason for that gutter crawler to visit the Vatican. Did he actually have an audience with the Pope? I don't know. The reporting on it was on that kinda where it might be that, or he might have seen the Pope's third undersecretary. I don't know. Either of them is possible for connected people and Obama-nites or that. Getting a few minutes audience with the Pope is not hard, and it doesn't matter. Oh yeah. It's not hard. So I'll try to have an audience with the Pope because I mean it's not hard, right? Do you guys think that I would be able, huh? Huh? Okay. But of course, yes, the Pope is for the people, yeah. And it doesn't matter what he said. If anything, the important thing was to have the record. Their plan was as follows. Seize on the first set of remarks the Pope made that could be twisted as referring to Trump and use it to A. Make those blind the lockstep obeying Catholics who turn against Trump. B. In case that didn't work, make sure to leak Axel Rhodes' visit and paint the Pope as a diet in the woo lefty and use it to smear all Catholics, bring up one of America's old bigotries and get people on the right attacking Catholics as Catholics, so that Catholics in self-defense would be locked into voting for Democrats. It worked like a charm, with the trio of crazy leftist bishops chime in. Okay, video. And then outright reprehensible priests on Twitter and others like that. It all rolled out until the Pope chimed in. Incidentally, this is the speech he gave and where he gave it. Okay, more topics. A friend who was family Baptist family in Cameroon says they are impressed with Leo and think he did good by coming there. I don't know if the Pope did that. If the Pope had done that, good for him. Very nice, like going to Africa and, Nigeria and, the people that have been persecuted and lived there. Of course, I want to remind you guys that are not Catholics only that are being tight about that, like Protestants as well, yeah. All types of Christians involved. But it's just a point that I want to make here. But of course, it's not like the Pope is totally like vulnerable there. You know that it's not exactly like he's painting here, you know. But yeah, the Pope has a very nice level of security. Come on, come on. Do you really think that people would just randomly get the Pope and unalive him? Unless it's actually his objective. I mean, I'm not doubt that part, but come on, I just became too much sadistic on stuff. I'm sorry. Let me drink some water. Okay, a friend who has family but his family in camera. Oh, okay, I read this. Notes the thing about his lines was basically saying, you Muslims in Cameroon, we can live with you. Don't fall for the propaganda from Nigeria telling you to start kidnapping and killing Christians. I'm beyond furious that a Pope's actual noble and heroic mission trying to look after his flock has been perverted into this, and that few people who were wound up into hating the Pope and Catholics in general. Okay, if someone starts hating all Catholics, this person is stupid, okay? Catholics do terrible things as any other people do terrible things, you know, like, it's not because they are Catholic, it's because we are all human. In every group you will have a lot of people doing shit, but it doesn't mean that every people inside that group do shit, you know? Why I need to keep telling that? Oh my god. People need to grow some brain cells. Catholics in general and running their mouths on it are going to see or believe the Pope's explanation. I'm asking you, yes, even the atheists, to stop conversations about this cold with the truth. The reality of all this is that the left is indeed desperate. They offer nothing people want to vote for. They only have fear to hurt people in, and they are despicable and unprincipled beyond belief. I'm going to ask all of you, I don't care who you are, that when a psyops like this rolls along, seemingly odd gears, trying to break the rights to pieces and scare pieces of it back into the left, stop and think about it. Who does this benefit? For whom does this work? What does this do? Well, yeah, oh my god, I do this a lot of times. I do this so fucking much. Are the questions you should ask yourself first and foremost, and hold back your most intemperate comments until others have time to do the footwork and figure out what's going on. They've tried to scare Jews and Catholics. We were the low-hanging fruit. I don't know. We are the low-hanging fruit. Okay. Alright, believe on that. I don't know how they are going after the other groups in the right, but I can promise you they are. There will be more of this. Remember this. Remember what they are trying to do and don't fall for it. And meanwhile, please spread the truth. Yeah, and again, I will enforce my opinion about this. Like, and the thing that I say that I think that I can say this better because I'm not in any of these groups, okay? I'm not a Protestant. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Protestant for any of the multiple denominations that there is. You know, I don't fit in any of these. I'm just Christian. You know, I'm just a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in Jesus Christ. But I don't believe in any of these packaged religions. All of them, I see problems. In all of them, more problems than I can handle to be inside of there. And especially in my country, I see corruption in all churches that I try to be part of. And I tried so many, okay? So many. So no, yes, I'm a Christian without a church. I'm a Christian without a denomination. And what I say about the church, without church, I'm saying about the physical structure of a church. I'm not meaning that I'm out of church like how the Bible says, you know. I think you guys understood that. So no, I'm not from any denomination. I'm not part of any church, you know. Yeah. So I think I'm in a better position. I'm explaining this to say that, oh, Mizuki said that because she's Protestant. So she's naturally, I guess, Catholic. No, it's not like that, you know. I'm just explaining that. Because this is just like people think, oh, if you do not do this, then you are that. If you're not that, then you are this. Like, it's so like... Oh god, so disgusting. Why do I need to explain this? Please remember, in this day and age, the psyops have psyops that have psyops. Oh my god. Big psyops have little psyops. When a mommy psyops and a dad psyops love each other very much. What the fuck? The next, perhaps currently, big psyops being 62 million men visited online. Academy, which proves all men are evil and we need to crush the patriarchy twice as hard. With regard to the Pope versus Trump psyop, that one hits home for me because 1. I'm Catholic. 2. I grew up fairly close to the Chicago area. 3. I used it to work for the Catholic Diocese newspaper. Okay, I'm tired of this, okay? I'm tired. We have too many other stuff to talk about. We overdid on time on this, you know? So, I think we're done with this. I think we discussed it, like, to the exhaustion this. Let me read some of you guys' comments here. By the way, I wanna know, guys, after all I read, after all I discussed it here, after all my opinions being thrown away here, like, after all I said, what do you guys think about my opinion on this? I honestly wanna know. Do you guys agree with me? You guys don't agree with me? What do you guys think about all of this, huh? And I'm crazy to think like this? And I'm going too far off the box, I'm exaggerating things and I'm seeing, like, things that don't exist? I'm crazy? Because I'm really, like, of course, like, this is my opinion, this is my made-up opinion. And I don't have a problem with say that. But I want to know you guys' opinion, not because I want to change to the right one or anything. But I want to compare to see how crazy am I. If I'm thinking, maybe I'm being crazy. Maybe I'm wrong in all of this. I don't know. I just want to compare and see if the points you guys have about it are valid. You know, you mean? Oh gosh. I agree. You're not crazy. Oh, thank you. The hypocrites already have their rewards without redemption and atonement. You're going straight down. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Ferrometis. This was in the scriptures. What? Let me read your Esri some more. I think as long as you accept Jesus, it doesn't matter what denomination you are. Exactly. It's the same as a thing. Of course, don't get me wrong. Like, you being part of a group of people that think that they're like-minded like you, it helps a lot. Like, it helps a lot. You want to be part. You want to be part of to get to know people that think about you. But you have a problem when you have like a group like dictating everything that you should do exactly, like the rules that they created that you should, and you cannot think outside of that. Then you have a problem. You know, then you have a problem. People should like gather themselves together in 3, 4, maybe, you know, in a very like informal way, and they themselves like study the Bible themselves and discuss things together and learn with each other, and their whole spirit will guide them through this, you know? It's exactly like that. God, it's supposed to be like that. What the fuck we are doing? Well, you see, how all these churches and denominations are different from the temples back then? How? What the fuck, man? Oh gosh. Let me read more of you guys' comments. I'm ready to join the Fox codes. Yeah. I will make a what? No, I'll not say this. I'll not make the Muru joke after this. No. Meeting in 1994. You just say in what you believe. Leonati, I think Mizu has opinions and I have opinions that more align. I think it might align, yeah. By the journey, man. I also saw your folks for the heavy covers going on. Oh my god, my throat. Let me drink a bit more water. Ferromantis, one. No, you're not crazy or off the deep end. You seem to be angry at both the corruption and hypocrisy. Yes. Yes, exactly. Many other stuff as well. Roger Rousdower. Apostasy in the church is obvious. Apostasy, yeah. Blaze Riser, don't worry about the churches, Blaze Riser. They have strayed for the message. Yes, it's all it's about here, Blaze Riser. MLJ 1993, yes, it was. Love Pain Bees, Blinded Journeyman, IH, the churches are part of the trap we were warned about now. Don't stress finding one that speaks to you. Just find like-minded of faith to grow with and compare notes with. To be honest, even that part is difficult. Blinded Journeyman, like even that part is difficult, to be honest, here. You know? I just don't find people like-minded here, really, at all. Like, I'm speaking like in a Christian sense. I'm not even discussing it on the political sense, even though I think both of them are aligned in my opinion. I mean, talking about myself at least. But this is to be very difficult here. At least I don't know anyone that thinks like me in the religion aspect, like right here. Of course, like I'm not trying, guys. I'm not trying to say that I'm special, that I'm all different. It's just how things are here. I'm being totally honest. I'm being totally honest. Like, and you know, I lack too much knowledge. Just like I said, I lack too much knowledge. But I refuse to blindly follow like a pack of rules and you know that doesn't make sense at all. Like many of them, and to say corrupted priests standing in front of everyone on a microphone, with that very expensive coating, you know, coating and the very expensive cars that they own with the people's money that believe that they are helping like gods, like God's work on earth, when I know and I can clearly see that this is not the case, you know, in front of everyone's faces. They don't even worry to hide anything about, because people here just don't think as far as that, you know. And I see that this type of corruption, corruption everywhere. How can I be a part of it? It's not even because I think I'm smarter than anything, but I can smell it. I see it immediately. I just need to go once to a church. Just once is enough for me to realize that. God. Okay, guys. Oh God. Let me read more here. Jesus is the most important, but it's good to have a group of fellow believers. Yes, it's important indeed. I couldn't find yet, but it's important. In the online on the internet, you can easily find, of course. But oh my God, ROL nearby? Oh, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Not here where I live. Beholder 242. Preach on Sister Foxu. Leonard AI Church of Foxu sounds good. Time to make one. No, please no. Roger Ronsdauer. Globalism is what will usher in the one-world government.
New donation of 20 from Anon.
Thank you very much, Anon. Thank you very much. Anon is a good Anon. He's a good frog, different from Frogan. Yeah, thank you, Anon. What I was, Church of Fox sounds good. Time to make one. Globalism is what will usher in the one-world government. We are seeing and fighting the Antichrist right now. Exactly. It's a spiritual war. I think it's pretty much clear to everyone already. It's totally undeniable. Beholder 242. This is true. Lots of denominations have strayed. Some of them probably. So Episcopal comes to mind. From what I know, they are like a full-on woke version of Catholics. Maybe someone else in the chat can/will correct me. Ferromantis, Chris did not promise it would be easy to follow him, but he did promise to never forsake us or leave us. Not only that, Ferromantis, what he indeed promised us, is that the road that leads to him is very narrow and difficult to walk. So and also I remember the another part that says that you have to grab your cross and carry your cross on the back and follow me. You know, something. I don't know if I'm explaining well in English. I don't know how to say that in English. I'm converting from Portuguese. So no, Jesus Christ is not the easiest path, not even close to that. Jesus Christ is not the path that will also lead for your enrichment on earth, that will lead you to have material stuff. You know, will lead you to have, you know, success in life. This is already a leftish thing destroying churches and Protestant and Catholic churches from the side, you know. These I forgot how it's told in English. I would try to convert his theology of prosperation, right? I think it's like that. Theology of prosperation. It's totally wrong. It's so fucking wrong. When Jesus Christ clearly goes against all of that, you know? In fact, not only that, but he says that the ones that are more difficult to have, you know, to have a place like besides him, like on his new on his new reign, you know, is the ones that will oh my god, I'm sorry. The ones that are rich will be the ones that will be more difficult to enter in his reign. I'm sorry. Just lost myself here. Oh my god, I need to go to the bathroom again. But I wanna finish like reading or what you guys are saying. The corruption really is everywhere. This is so true, yes. And Mizuki, that's fine. That's how you have to be in this world. Being able to use your eyes and mind to think for yourself and call out the corruption and stand against. Christ did not promise it would be easy to follow him. Yeah, I read this. Good judgment, Foxu. You all need us. I think I always wondered about churches is they tell gold matters not. From gold decorated podium. Thing I always wondered about churches is they tell gold matters not. Oh, I see. From gold decorated oh yeah. yeah. I understood. Celebrate. I hate the Antichrist. The mailman is the Antichrist. What is the mailman? Who is the mailman? I lost something because I don't know it. I don't know this. I didn't got this meme or anything. Feral Mantis 1. You're good. I understand what you're saying, Mizuki. Pseudobrains, it's a path that requires dedication and isn't supposed to get easier. New point error, prosperity gospel. Oh, prosperity gospel? Yes. I'm sorry, guys. It's because I literally translated from my language to yours. So yeah, it's kind of different. Dark Hawk 317. Is she talking about the Igreja Universal do Reino de Deus? Yes, it's one of the examples, but there is plenty of examples out there. Plenty of them. Many are the examples that we can discuss and talk about. Music drank too much water. Yes, I drank too much water. I need to go to the bathroom. Like, I just want to finish reading. Easy for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. Old meme, yeah, that's true. That church has a lot of power in my country. Okay. It has here. Yeah. So you're from Brazil too, Dark Hawk? You're from Brazil? Because this church like is everywhere here, and yeah, I'm very aware of this church. Oh, Panama. Oh, wow, they have this church in Panama too. We have this church here too. Yeah, it's very problematic one. Very problematic. Yeah. I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I'm very aware. Oh my god, I'm very aware of this church, Dark Hawk. Very aware. It's the same thing here. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was refilling my refuel. Yeah. I was refilling my water bottle too. Yeah, I was out of water. Let me drink a little bit before you go to next one. My throat is really not okay today. Really not okay. I think... I'm not sure, okay? I will not promise anything. But... I think my next stream now will be only next Thursday. I think I will not do any like random game streams or etc. before that because I will give some time to my trophy. It's not really good. So my next stream will probably be only next Thursday. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-Tail Fox tier members, the Holy Ball and Blaze Riser, and all my 3-Tail Fox tier members, Wolony Wolf, Fanny Sylvie, Heat Himself, Zalost, Sheila Not Serious, Zella Josiah, Mr. and Your Ethan, Max Tenor, Nuguchino, Aburi, TBCI, and DV8. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone that have been supporting me on Ko-Fi, Kick, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's it for today, my dear Foxlings. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.